Welcome. In this video, I'm going to give you the 5 steps on how to become a lawyer. That way you can get your very own bar card, aka a license to argue. Use responsibly. Welcome to Law Venture, a channel devoted to lawyers, and in this case, future lawyers. Now, before I hop into the 5 steps on how to become one, I need to give you a little bit of a disclaimer. Because as I go through these steps, I'm afraid I might lose you and you might lose hope in becoming a lawyer. Each one of these steps can be pretty difficult. And as a whole, the entire process, the words that come to mind are stressful, brutal, anxiety-filled, painful. Yeah, definitely stressful. All these words accurately define why it's so hard to become a lawyer. There's no denying it. It's super hard, and it's just an absolute grind. And I don't want to scare you off though, because I'm telling you, if you can get to the finish line, it's worth it. The ability to help people in their time of need, there's no better feeling. So if you're still watching at this point and I haven't scared you off, let's go ahead and dive in. Step 1, you need a bachelor's degree. This means that you need to go to college or university, whatever you want to call it, and then you need to get a degree in something that earns you that bachelor's. Now, it's a completely separate video, but there are some majors and minors that will better prepare you for law school than others, but at the end of the day, spoiler alert, it doesn't matter. You can have a completely unrelated major that has nothing to do with law, and as long as you have a bachelor's, guess what? You can still go to law school. But you need to satisfy step 2. You need to take the LSAT. Now the LSAT is essentially the test that leads you into law school. Schools use it as a way to indicate whether or not you have, I guess, the skill set or the way of thinking when it comes to being a lawyer. I can tell you right now that your LSAT score is not an indicator on whether or not you'll be a good law student and whether or not you'll be a good lawyer. There may be some correlation, but it's not the end-all be-all. I cannot stress that enough. I know plenty of people who got a nearly perfect score on the LSAT. They went through law school and they're not even practicing lawyers today. It just wasn't for them. It didn't really click with them, and they went on to do different things with their lives. Step 3, you gotta go to law school. Okay, we're finally at probably the hardest part. This is also potentially the most rewarding part, because the law school is the part that really starts shaping your mind. It starts making you look at the world in a different way. You might start reading things and you're reading the box of this Amazon item that came in and there's a disclaimer on the back and you're just nitpicking all the little issues with the disclaimer. And then you're like, oh, this is just weird. And yes, it is stressful, and I can tell you plenty of horror stories. In fact, I have one particular horror story that is gonna be a little ridiculous. You might not even believe me. If you need any law school advice or if you have any law school related questions, type those in the comments below. I'll go ahead and I'll be happy to make subsequent videos to kind of help you through the process, because I've been there, I've done it, I've experienced it. So you get through law school, and then what happens? You get your JD. But at that point in time, guess what? You're still not a lawyer. You have to move on to step 4. You need to pass the ethics exam and you need to pass the bar exam. 2 separate tests normally. Be sure to take the ethics exam when you're not studying for the bar. I can't stress this enough. If you're on your final year of law school, take it then, because whenever you're studying for the bar, and I'll talk about this in a second, you're gonna be just panicking about the bar. You're not gonna want to spend any time studying for the ethics exam, because most likely in your state, the ethics exam isn't really that much of a monster. If you've had a course in ethics, it essentially tracks that and you're already prepared for it. Now let me describe to you the way the process with the bar exam was for me. You come out of law school feeling like a champ. You went through the grind, you survived, you graduate, and then the very next day, day 1 of summer, you are studying from May until the end of July, full-time, non-stop, just trying to pass. And this will be the first time in your life where your goal is just to pass. Here's what makes it stressful. You pass, or you take it in July, and then you're waiting until November, most likely, depending on your state, for the results. So not only are you most likely not working from May to July, that entire summer, no income, but you're in this weird limbo phase of, okay, from July to November, I have my JD, but I'm not a lawyer. So maybe you may still be an intern who's not getting paid pending bar results. You may be an associate who your job is riding on the fact that you better pass the bar in November, keeping in mind that in most situations, the day after the results come out, your student loans kick in and you need to start paying them. It's a 6-month period of just, I don't know what's gonna happen. If I fail this, I'm gonna have to wait another 6 months for results to come out and go through this entire process again. Oof. But once you get the bar results and they have your name on this list, it's the best feeling in the world. Now, step 5, the easiest step, and this is something I recommend that you maximize and just have fun with, and that step is to get sworn in. Because once your bar results come in and you've passed and you're on that list and you're cheering, then all you have to do is just go to a judge, raise your right hand, and repeat the words, and you're set. Now, if you've made it to this point of the video, you may think either A, yeah, this sounds awesome, I wanna do it, I'm pretty interested in this, or B, next video, next career choice, this isn't for me. If you're in the first group, then the next question I have for you, and probably a question you're thinking, is should you become a lawyer? Do you have what it takes? Now, I'm gonna have a follow-up video that'll have a little bit of a quiz/analysis, and that way you can apply it to yourself in your life. That will hopefully answer that question or maybe put you on the right path. If you have any questions based on this video or any future questions based on just anything when it comes to becoming a lawyer or the law school process, be sure to put the questions in the comments. I may make another video to answer that. I'll be sure to give you a shout out. And if you like this video, click like, and please don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, this is Jarrett Stone from Law Venture. Welcome to Law Venture. This is a channel spit everywhere. All these words define the grind. That's not supposed to rhyme. Dang it, I'm doing it again. Okay, I'll may be able to better prepare you for law. That was embarrassing. Okay, step 3. Step 3 is most law schools essentially start in the fall semester. I don't know what this was. And it's full circle. I don't know.